Hi guys, this is just a quick video to highlight the absolute failure of the RBNZ to do the right thing for your average New Zealander. If you didn't know, the RBNZ's sole mandate is to keep their measure of inflation, which is the Consumer Price Index or CPI, between 1 and 3%, with the target being 2%. Now they were given this mandate because inflation destroys people's lives, especially the poorest people in society. So if the RBNZ was to allow inflation to remain above 2% continuously, it would mean that the RBNZ would be hurting people and not doing its job. So let's go through each quarter since quarter 2 of 2021 and see what the CPI has been, shall we? Let's see how many times the RBNZ has actually hit their 2% target. In the June 2021 quarter, the annual inflation rate was 3.3%. In the September 2021 quarter, the inflation rate was 4.9%. In the December 2021 quarter, the inflation rate was 5.9%. In the March 2022 quarter, the inflation rate was 6.9%. In the June 2022 quarter, the inflation rate was a whopping 7.3%. In the September 2022 quarter, the inflation rate was 7.2%. In the December 2022 quarter, the inflation rate was 7.2% also. In the March 2023 quarter, the inflation rate was 6.7%. In the June 2023 quarter, the inflation rate was 6%. In the September 2023 quarter, the inflation rate was 5.6%. In the December 2023 quarter, the inflation rate was 4.7%. In the March 2024 quarter, the inflation rate was 4%. In the June 2024 quarter, the inflation rate was 3.3%. In the September 2024 quarter, the inflation rate was 2.2%. So not quite the 2%, but getting down there. In the December 2024 quarter, the inflation rate was also 2.2%. So it hasn't yet gone below 2%. And then we've got the March 2025 quarter, the inflation rate's ticking up again and it's 2.5%. Then the June 2025 quarter, inflation rate of 2.7%. Then the September 2025 quarter, an inflation rate of 3%. And then the December 2025 quarter, the last one, an inflation rate of 3.1%. It's not even within the band. So what an absolute disgrace. Not once did they hit the 2% mark, yet alone go below it. And to make matters even worse, in the September quarter the inflation rate was 3%. At that point they should have not dropped the rates any further. And what did they do? Started dropping rates again. In fact, the official cash rate is 0.75% less than it was in September. Knowing this was going to make inflation tick up again, and they still did it. They just don't care, do they? They are shameless. Every time it looks like inflation might get close to the 2% target, the RBNZ reduces the official cash rate again. So inflation just jumps up again. And this can't be ignored any longer, guys. It's obvious that inflation is not the RBNZ's main concern. House prices are. That is the only conclusion any sane person could make from the way the RBNZ are behaving. We have got unelected bureaucrats earning over $800,000 per year, intentionally destroying the poorest in society with high inflation in order to protect the richest in society who own the most assets. This is a fact that has been staring us all right in the face now for far too long. If the RBNZ is not prepared to raise rates and do something about this ingrained inflation, that they have created themselves, then as a country we need to remove the ability to set the official cash rate from the RBNZ. They don't deserve that privilege any longer. I mean, seriously, is there any other job on a planet where you could miss your target for 5 whole years and yet still be taken seriously? I don't think there is, Stu. So Anna Bremen, the new RBNZ governor, one of the first things that you told us was that you are laser focused on inflation, and that's because you understand how much inflation hurts the poorest. The OCR is currently 2.25%, which is obviously far too low, and you know that too. We know that your employer, Nicola Willis, wants you to keep the OCR low, but if you don't raise the OCR to at least 2.75% on February the 18th, then you are obviously just as bad as your very dubious predecessors, and that will be a shame. Now, I do have to admit, after so much disappointment from the RBNZ, I won't be entirely shocked. But who knows, maybe you actually do have models. I suppose we will all find out in less than a month now, won't we? So yes guys, February the 18th is an enormous test for the new RBNZ governor. It is looking more and more likely that the swap rates are moving up again, and swap rates indicate the market's expectations for future interest rates. It's effectively an indication of where the market thinks the OCR should be going in the future. To show you what I mean, here is the latest 1-year swap rate chart. Here is the 2-year swap rate chart, the 3-year swap rate chart, the 4-year swap rate chart, the 5-year swap rate chart, the 7-year swap rate chart, the 10-year swap rate chart, and the 15-year swap rate chart. As you can see, the market is pricing in higher interest rates. So what will it be this time? Will the RBNZ get humiliatingly left behind again and not raise rates as the swap rates fly up? Will they be frozen in fear, unable to protect their precious Ponzi any longer because swap rates are flying higher, meaning fixed mortgages will go higher? And will the RBNZ still refuse to raise rates, even though their actions will be doing nothing but making life harder for the poorest? On February the 18th, we will find out if this governor is in any way independent of the government, or is she just another compromised puppet like the last lot? Oh well, not long now until we all know once and for all. So thanks for watching guys, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers for that.